Welcome back, people. You know what's up. You know what we're here for. We're here to talk about things not to say to a Marvel fan. You heard me. Do not say this to a Marvel fan. You know the first thing it is? I know the first thing that always comes to mind is DC is better. Obviously, don't ever say that to a Marvel fan because then it's a fight straight up.
They might just swing first.
They are swinging first. What you talking about?
Not on me. They gonna come.
Look here. Marvel.
I couldn't even get it out.
Marvel.
Gonna be in another Dance of the Dragons.
We're here to talk about comic books, okay? And particularly Marvel fans and what you definitely don't want to say to them to start any kind of argument or long-term dispute because folks hold grudges, okay? You know, any fandom, all fandoms hold grudges. We are no different. Comic book fans are definitely no different, okay? Especially since the creation of the MCU. This is a whole new different level of Marvel fans out there. Especially the ones who never read the comics and the only strictly is
from MCU.
Is MCU.
And they try to argue you down.
Yeah.
Like, bro, let me teach you.
Yeah. See? There you go. There's another one. Don't tell a Marvel fan that MCU is not full. Is no.
You know what you can't tell Kevin Feige? That MCU is 19999.
There's another one. There's another one.
Your own actor said it.
Doesn't want to hear that. It's what 61616?
616.
616.
Like, no, you're not. You're 19999. Nine.
Sony went against them. They went behind his back on that one. Yeah, put that in the script. We got it. Don't worry. No, don't worry about fighting. You don't need his permission.
Let me call the speaker.
No, you don't need his permission. All right, this is a joint effort.
No. We won an Oscar. Put that in the script.
Put that.
That's true.
There you go.
They did. They won an Oscar.
I know. When you win something, all of a sudden,
you got your swag a little different.
Yes.
You walk a little.
Walk with your chest up and everything.
Yeah. I know.
You got deep
I
voice and everything.
Get on my level, Kevin.
You do what did 3-6 Mafia do? Walked into every party.
They did, and they should have, because nobody thought they would go in that.
Nobody.
They didn't even. They're like, why we here? What?
Dang.
Queen Latifah said, damn. So everybody went silent. Huh?
Who that? Who?
Half was silent because they didn't know who they were.
This one's for us.
They was like, hold up, they're within walking distance of the stage. Who let them in there?
Are you sure you belong? Where's your student top?
Yeah, they weren't doing that. They definitely
okay, all right.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Marvel. Hey, no, that's still the kind of hatred that Marvel fans have and everything when you talk about their stuff and everything. All right, you can't believe that we are this great. That's how Marvel fans feel. Okay, they are.
I know one, but I'm about to piss them off with this.
Go ahead, let them know what you got for them. All
right, so the one thing I've been holding back for years, kind of let like a sprinkling here and there. The X-Men suck. The mutants suck. They've always sucked. They're overrated. They don't belong. There's too many of them. This shit's stupid. The X-Men suck. They're trash. They have like, 2 or 3 stories like, oh my gosh, and others. It's the same thing every single time. All right? You got a few that are bangers. Like Magneto's great.
Don't smack them.
That's all they got. Magneto's great.
That's all they got?
That's it.
Look, I know that the Phoenix Saga, everybody, oh my gosh, how could you say that?
Is current Jonathan Hickman changed the whole dynamic?
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. From after the Phoenix Saga to Jonathan Hickman.
I'm glad you didn't tell me about this before we started. We might not have made it on air. We might not have made it on air.
So between
the
Phoenix Saga and Jonathan Hickman's run that just ended like a year or so ago, everything between that, it's absolutely trash. X-Men, it was too many X-Men teams. There's too many X-Men books.
I quit.
It's all stupid. X-Men Gold, X-Men Red, X-Men Blue, X-Force, the New Mutants. Just stop it. It's trash. Once the 90s ended, the X-Men should have ended as well.
You are the person who always tells me back and forth, we need new characters.
Right.
Now somebody's giving you what you want and you hate them.
3
What
words.
are they giving me new?
You know how big that's
All
like
the different.
it's like the greatest story.
No, they make a bunch of mutants
in
for
Marvel. In Marvel comics, 3 words. It's like one of the greatest.
No more mutants.
It's just
Come
strongest
on,
comic
dog.
book
I can
story.
name several stories that are better than that.
That you fine. That's fine if you name better ones. That's fine. But it's still
Much
one
better.
of the.
I mean, much better.
It's still one of the top rated
I don't
comic
care
book
what it
stories.
is. It's still the X-Men suck. Wow. The only team that's worse than the X-Men is the Fantastic Four.
Hold on, is it X-Men or?
Yeah, I said it, and I stand by it. So what?
Is it the X-Men or is it mutants in general?
Mutants in general.
So don't say X-Men. Just say mutants in general.
Okay, no. There wouldn't be no mutants if it wasn't X-Men.
Disclaimer: I am no longer associated with.
I second that. Yeah.
The quarter of Real Comic Book Talk known as Anthony.
More of a third. 33% is 3 of us. Mathematically.
What's about to be only 33% left? Yeah.
Hey, the game is the game. Look,
the
X-Men suck. All of the fact that they keep making a new mutant for every stupid situation and they disappear suck. The Fantastic Four suck, and they have been born for you.
It's
the
a
only
race of
good,
people.
I'll tell you right now, the only good Fantastic Four run I've ever read in my entire life is Jonathan Hickman. Matter of fact, if it wasn't for Jonathan Hickman, the X-Men, I would say, would still be absolute trash. The only thing that saved them is his run with House of Powers and Powers of X. Outside of that, it's all been trash to me. That's right. I said it. So what?
Wow.
Okay, for the people, and how much X-Men have you read?
I read actually a lot. I read a lot of New Mutants, which was so very hard. X-Men Blue, Gold. Oh, God.
How much of X-Men Blue and Gold? Did you
so,
finish the story?
All right, so
did you finish the arcs, or did you just
I always give a story one arc. Which is about 8 issues or so, something like that. So I always give them one arc. If I don't like that arc or that story, I stop watching. I start reading. So like same thing for people who don't read comics and watch the show, which y'all should read comics because they're amazing. It's like you watch the first season of a show. If you don't like that first season, you don't go back. Kind of same thing with comic books. So if I read the first arc. If I don't like it, I don't go back. And I read the first arc of a lot of comics, X-Men comics. Did the same thing with the Fantastic Four. I'm not even gonna lie. I had to drink a Kool-Aid, black Kool-Aid, with nothing but sugar to stay up. This is before energy
So you
drinks.
just wanted to die.
No, it was boring me to sleep.
Saying sugar? Straight sugar? Dang.
I was younger then. My body worked different. But neither one of those teams do it for me, especially the Fantastic Four. But I'm mostly focused on the X-Men and the mutants because first of all, it's too convoluted. I mean, my gosh, you stay with one mansion and then one opposing mansion, one opposing guy, the Brotherhood, and you keep going back and forth clashing. That's something different. But then you got the X-Force and the New Mutants, and I'm like, come on,
because they're a race of people.
It is very, very stupid. There's a reason why.
There's a completely different book for each one. You don't have to read all the books.
Dang.
You can focus on which one is your favorite and
I'm
go
not
like
denying
that.
What I'm saying is all those other ones,
Most people do.
they still suck. Just because you can focus on one or the other doesn't mean it doesn't suck. There's a reason why they got rid of 93% of mutants.
Professor X's powers.
I do not give. That's for my own reasons to control the world. Okay, that has nothing to do with your story arc. Okay. Now I will grant that the Jonathan Hickman run, fantastic. I got it downstairs in my collection. Read it, love it. I read it again. But no issues there. Most of the stuff before that, you might have a little hit here and there, but most of that trash, absolute garbage. You know what I'm saying? You could use that when you're eating crabs. Put it down so you keep the table clean.
The disrespect is real up here. We are for real in the year of the villain. Woo-wee.
Gosh. The X-Men suck.
So
do the Fantastic Four. The X-Men and Fantastic Four both suck. They both should not be in comic books.
I'm not here to defend the Fantastic Four because their comic book was canceled. Their comic book was straight up canceled. We were there. We were at the convention, at the panel, when the executive for Marvel at the time.
I remember that.
It was like, y'all guys weren't buying the comics, so yeah, we canceled it. Don't come complaining to me now. He gets asked at every convention he goes to. why'd y'all cancel Fantastic Four? They were doing great. They were great. He was
They
like,
were not doing.
he was like, no, they weren't. He was like, I look at the numbers every freaking week. They were doing terrible.
Yeah.
He was like, y'all can say whatever you want. I look at the numbers. I can bring the numbers up. I was like, ooh, Lord. Ooh.
I mean, they obsolete in this generation anyway.
They have been
The Fantastic
obsolete.
Four.
They've been obsolete
They're
for a very,
dated.
very long time.
They're dated.
That's why.
Which brings the big question of how they're going to actually introduce them into the MCU.
I swear to God, I hope
Like,
they
that's
do
got to
it.
be the most creative thing ever. Between
hope
that and, speaking of which, how they're going to introduce and
you know
incorporate
what,
mutants.
Oh, you know what really bothers me about the mutants too? And I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent now. But so everybody, once, like, soon as the Fox Disney deal went through, everybody said, "Oh my gosh, how did we get the mutants in? How did we even get the mutants in? Oh my gosh, the mutants are coming! Oh my gosh, you know how many more stories they can tell with the mutants? Man, shut the. Ooh, I almost trying not to cuss. Stop it. The mutants are not that important. They're only important in one part, and then y'all try to blow it up because they had a real big thing in the 90s. I get it. In the 90s, they were popular. I mean, they were walking over. The only thing bigger than them were the Ninja Turtles. Don't start it. Just let me have it. The only thing bigger than them was the Ninja Turtles. Outside of that, I get it. The X-Men were everywhere. But tell me something good that happened outside of the 90s. You want to give me a thought?
3 words.
I give you a gem here and there.
3 words.
I said they had a gem here and there, but for the most part, it's been all trash. Just because you got a name out of a
You
20,
just said name something.
Listen.
Right, we named like 2 things, and now you're switching them goalposts.
Listen, I'm not sure. I'm okay. If you want to say that, that's fine. But what I'm trying to say is, in the law of averages, right? If you give me in 15 years, I don't know, a story for every other month, right? For 15 years. Out of that, you're going to have, just law of averages, a good story here and there. But for the most part, if it's all bad, then it's trash. And like if for instance,
I don't live in the world of law of averages.
If somebody gave you, they said, man, these are my 15 favorite books, right? And you read all 15 books. 2 of them were good. 13 were trash. You were like, man, this whole thing is trash.
I mean, but that's your opinion.
That's your opinion.
Right. You said my opinion.
Yeah,
Recommended.
that's what we're saying.
He recommended these 15 books, and so for his opinion in his world, those 15 are the best books out there.
And then, but if
Everybody's different.
I get it, and I am different because I really can't stand the mutants. I honestly can't. And what really pisses me off is that as soon as that Fox deal went through, that's everybody. Man, how they going to introduce the mutants? And then when they turn Kamala Khan,
you know what? If
into a
that's the case, then Agents of Shield was garbage.
hold me back.
You
I can't. I can't.
Agents of the Shield was garbage.
You know
Okay,
what?
did
If
it?
that's
Did
the
it
thing-
have only 2 good seasons? 2 good seasons. Exactly. 2 good seasons. Everything else was at best average, which kept it running, okay? People were hoping for something every now and then. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., boo-boo, okay? The only thing that kept it going was Coulson, okay?
Yeah.
And the MCU, and the fact that they had built up a fan base of MCU fans who were nostalgic at best and everything. And then they had one little spark good season here and there, which kept people watching and everything. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is overrated. Wasn't good. Everybody, you know why everybody kept watching? To see that they would link it up with the rest of the MCU. And it never linked up with the rest of the MCU.
That's inaccurate.
It got separated, and they just kept trying their hardest to just try to connect it and everything. It didn't. And folks just held on to it and were waiting and waiting and waiting. They teased us the first season. Folks were in it on the first season. And Feige cut that. He cut the umbilical cord. Cut it good. Got them all out of there and
He got
everything.
everything.
Yeah,
So,
Sure did.
he got everything.
Cut everything
Man,
off.
just said, let's throw a lot of this.
They only stayed alive because, like you said, every other season there would be something good here and there. That was it. That's good. They never had good back-to-back. They had decent seasons. They only had 2 great
You
seasons.
sure you're not talking about like Iron Fist or something?
We're definitely not. It was
No.
only 2 seasons of Iron
They
Fist.
definitely
Shut
had
your
2
mouth.
good seasons.
Because you know what?
Don't you say it. Don't you say it.
Netflix's series were way better than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Netflix run with it. Matter of fact,
That's
they
a
should
blanket
give
lie.
them back. They should give it back to Netflix. Give it back to Netflix.
Give what back to Netflix?
All their shows.
Netflix
counts on
everything
themselves.
anyway. Yeah, they cutting everything anyway. They
cut.
wouldn't
They
redo
count.
it.
They said we're not about to
Give it
promote
back.
your stuff, and you about to make a competing company with us.
Nah.
They cut that.
Give it back.
They don't want it back.
They don't.
They only going to take it back if you destroy Disney Plus.
Well, that's the only reason right now they're separating all their stuff so they don't have overlapping on everything like they were last year and everything. All the stuff overlapped and was running over each other. So they're all spreading it out more and everything now.
Are you talking about the shows and the movies?
The shows and everything. So they can have more people to actually watch, as opposed to they got a Marvel show and then a Star Wars show, all of them in the same week and everything. And then they're all in the same at the same time, and then there's nothing. Time, and there's a gap
because they thought they could do what Netflix do, drop something new every day, every week.
They don't
realize how hard that is.
Yeah.
All Netflix has to do is worry about Netflix. You're Disney. You got to worry about your theme parks, your movies, your TV networks, and the Disney Plus.
That and what they really thought.
Cruises.
And Netflix is in debt, so they thought, we can just do it. We got money. We make money. We print money. We're
Netflix
Disney.
is in business debt. That's not the same real thing as debt. There's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
It's still debt,
though. Our country runs on debt. It's a difference.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, Marvel, what not to say to a Marvel fan. Is there any? Yeah, Al?
I don't really. I mean, the only thing I can say, it ain't even. I don't know. You kind of messed me up, man.
I know he ruined everything.
He ruined everything.
Disrespecting the X-Men out there.
That jump quiet. You kept it quiet because you knew.
Yeah. We would have never made it on camera if he told us that.
You knew.
We would have never made it on camera and everything. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., overrated. Him and his X-Men. Yeah, whatever he said.
And the Fantastic Four.
We accept Fantastic Four.
We accept
it's
that.
the X-Men part.
I don't know why y'all love the X-Men so much.
Never say to a Marvel fan that DC is better. You will get in a fight. It's just something not to say. You got to prove yourself. Then you got to decide whether or not you're talking about comic books, animation, cartoons.
You're not going
to. Animation's
you might have to come with fact. We've
or
been in those
cinema.
debates.
Yeah, that's it. Cinema.
Yeah,
movies, cinema, all that.
We've been in those debates.
Yeah, because they're what keep the comic book industry going, and the fans and the fan base is so strong and stuff. And
hey, you know what? I mean, everybody probably already know this. Most of their movies are garbage.
Who?
Marvel.
Woo!
I mean,
woo! Oh my God! You
it's like I ain't gonna fake. I tried to rewatch. I could watch Infinity War. I tried to rewatch Endgame. I couldn't.
Yeah, you only skip to the end.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
That's fine. They got an hour. That's fine. They got about an hour of your time. The last part of Endgame.
Iron Man 2.
That's the hour and
the last part of Endgame. They got an hour of your time. They're okay with that.
They wasted 2 hours of it.
No, they didn't waste 2 hours because nobody watches the first 2 hours in the first place.
Thor 1, Thor 2, Thor 4.
I have no rebuttal for those.
I'm not gonna fake. It's a lot of Doctor Strange. I can't even watch the first one like that no more. For real.
Bull crap.
The second one.
You oversaturated yourself. That's what you did. The first one can always be rewatched.
You don't even rewatch stuff.
I'm speaking as a fans out
there
in the world.
They're good when you first watch them.
Captain Marvel.
I don't rewatch anything.
Captain Marvel?
And
they rewatch them. She-Hulk? It's a lot of that stuff. I can't rewatch.
I don't rewatch anything anymore.
Captain America, the first Avenger.
The only one I can watch it really is Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I can watch.
I can never not.
I mean, right? That's one movie out of how many did I name? Like
I don't know. I can rewatch Civil War.
I can rewatch that.
Civil War. Two movies out of most of the Thors, most of the Iron Man.
You watch Black Panther.
You can watch all. You can watch.
I can't really rewatch the second one.
And you're wearing that
shirt. I know. No, I love the character.
I will.
I can't.
Give up the shirt. Take off that shirt.
I can't fake.
You disrespect.
Shuri isn't a good Black Panther to me.
We're not talking about the second one, okay? We're talking about
I'm just saying. That's
the first one. The second one is the movie. The second one is the movie.
Out of all these movies, I named 3 movies in an hour. 3 movies that I could watch in an hour worth of another.
We named about 4 movies. What are you talking about?
Y'all did. Not me.
Are we counting the Spider-Man ones?
Yes, because he's in the MCU.
All right, so I can only watch the back half of the second Spider-Man. I mean, the third Spider-Man.
Yeah, too.
The second Spider-Man.
I can't fake.
Second Spider-Man is good. That first one was a waste of my time. You literally just kept doing the same thing.
I don't know who any of you people are.
I said that before though. The first Spider-Man Homecoming, he just kept doing the same thing till it works.
He does it at all levels.
He's a kid. Like you always tell me. He's a teen.
You don't.
He was told not to do it.
That's why you learn from mistakes.
Isn't that what teenagers do anyway? They do everything.
But you do
you're
the
not
same
supposed
exact
to do.
thing, though. Think about it.
Yes. All kids
When you
do
about
that.
to end
All kids do that.
when you're his scenarios are different because they're world ending.
He literally said, "Don't worry about it. We've already handled it."
Yeah.
And he still did. He still went there anyway. Then it happened again, and he still did it. Almost killed a boat. Literally a boatload full of people.
Look here, people.
That was about to be done.
Yes.
Look here. Look
That was
here.
literally about to be over.
And then he
I'm
left
not going to keep debating about how great the MCU is and how many great movies they got out there.
They're
Okay,
good. I can't
How many
watch
great
it.
movies? Great
Yeah,
movies.
they're
Great.
good. They're no.
movies.
Not a lot of great.
Okay, it is great
It's
ones.
not.
We go phase by phase in another video if you want. We're
And
running
it
out
could
of
be.
time.
You
Oh,
might
we
feel
gonna phase
kind
by
of
phase.
bad. I ain't gonna fake.
We're gonna phase by phase then in another video then.
Oh,
Okay.
you know what? Let's do it. But let's end this one now.
Yeah, right.
Well, let's do that.
You guys let us know in the comments section. What do you not say to a Marvel
I mean,
fan?
it's true. I can
Just
watch the DC.
straight up, what do you not say to a Marvel
I
fan?
can watch DC
That's
movies.
going to get them up there.
DCEU is better than MCU.
Sorry.
This is one thing.
I'm not closing this thing.
All right, look, everybody. That's all. That's how the next time, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Till next time, we out. Deuces.